we built our first business and when we quit our jobs, we had followed the 4-hour work week. I mean, we thought that was how you were supposed to do it. And I tell everybody this now. So we do the 4-hour work week. We go a year or two. We're not sure what's really happening. We just built this passive income membership business. It's just rolling online. We sell the business for a lot more than we ever thought we'd make as teachers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I tell you right now, the 4-hour work week years were the worst years of my business life because it's not what we're supposed to do. We are not supposed to set it and forget it and focus on ourselves and only do things we love. And like, I get the mentality. I get the model. There is work-life balance. That's the real goal. Don't get me wrong. Right. But that does not look like the 4-hour work week. That doesn't even look like the 10-hour work week, to be honest with you. Whatever it is, like you got to have that work-life balance, man. You're just empty and you're hollow and you're just sitting there all day bored and you don't know, and you're not helping anybody. And like, you just lose all sense of purpose in your life when you get there. And I just encourage people now, like, don't find what you love to do 70 hours a week. Yeah. Don't try to get rid of everything and go down to the 4-hour work week because you'll screw everything up if you do that. You know what I mean?
Shane, your point is wisdom. However, nobody's going to listen to us.
I know. They got to go through it.
They got to go through it.
You got to feel it.
They got to figure it out themselves. Oh, that was the way you did it, Shane. That was the way you did it, Joseph.
I got to figure it out.
I'm going to do it different.
You didn't do it the way I did it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But listen, I always look, and this is not to discredit anyone, but I only listen. One of my rules for life, I only listen to or follow or spend time with people that I want to be like, or people that I want to have similar things that they have, right? So when I look at like a 4-hour work week model, I look to the author who wrote it. He works how many hours a day? It's not 4 hours.
It ain't 4 hours. Tim Ferriss is working more than 4 hours, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he speaks about that. He's putting in 10 plus hours a day, 10 to 18 a day, kind of a workaholic, right? I get to coach those guys, right? Because now the rest of their life falls apart, the areas that matter, their relationships. And then you got like Gary Vee. Gary Vee, man, he's so cool for the millennials. Everyone loves him. He's just fire. He's awesome. But then he admits, I work 18-hour days. I will outwork every single one of you. Yep. Go ahead. Bring it on. My wife knows who she married. Yeah. She knows I'm going to work 18 hours a day. She's cool with it. She's fine with it. I'm like, is she?
I read 2 quotes from Gary. I read Crush It when I first started my online journey. I'm coming back to that question about what happened to your business too, but I swear. Okay. I write things down so I can remember after the tangents. But I read 2 quotes from Gary Vee. Now, I don't know if he's lightened up or if he does seem like he's dedicating weekends to family more. He's starting to wise up a little bit.
It's awesome. Like, you know what I'm doing? I'm waiting for him to call me for coaching.
That's right. Praying for him, man. I'm praying for you, Gary Vee. If you're listening to this, probably not. Don't care. But like, I read 2 quotes of him that made me stop following him. The first one was he was being interviewed in I think Entrepreneur, and he was reading the thing, and she was like, you know, what did you tell your wife when you get married? And he was talking about that, how she knew what she was getting into, and he said, I told my wife, if I have a meeting in Tokyo or my daughter has a recital, I'm probably going to be at the meeting in Tokyo. And I was like, never another word. Yep. I said, look, he says a lot of good things. I'm not saying he doesn't say some good things here and there, but here's the deal. If that's the foundation you're coming into this, until you figure that out, bro, I'm going to the recital. I'm not doing that. That's crazy. There's no opportunity bigger than your daughter's recital. There's just not. The second thing I heard him say that really turned me off from him, but that one was kind of the deal breaker. But the second thing I heard that made me question him was they said, what's your goal? And everybody knows of his famous goals, like he wants to buy the jets or whatever he does, right? That's fine. You got some material goals. But his one goal, he said, I want to have the longest, he goes, I want to have the biggest funeral they've ever seen. I want more people to be there than they've ever seen. And that really irked me because I'm like, what a worldly goal. Like, do you not realize that you could have the biggest funeral ever, and a week later, 99% of those people would still forget you, and 100 years from now, nobody will know who you are? Like, that is not an eternal goal. That is not a significant goal. That is not an other-centered goal. Like maybe, you know, if you want to help 100,000 people, you should die and not even care if they remember who helped them. You just know they got there. You know what I mean? Like, and and I'm not trying to be high and mighty or anything, but like those are the two quotes from Gary Vee that really turned me off of following him. I mean, I'm talking unfollow, not follow him anymore. Like, I'm just done with that. Like, I can't let that baggage seep into my brain. It's just too worldly goals, not family centered enough, and I just can't hang with that, man.